their ass kicking was so bad, they got Clay Helton fired.
Yeah.
Mercifully fired, because he's been in the hot seat for the past 3 or 4 seasons. And again, USC scored the last touchdown in garbage time. It was a beatdown. It was 46-20. It was the final score, but it was a beatdown. It was a total beatdown. You're about to say something like before I launch to what this means for USC just going forward.
Quick question, because during the spring, was USC in the Pac-12 championship game?
They might have been. I don't remember. I might have to look that up.
Okay, because I'm looking at what their record was during the spring.
I know they played only 6 games, I think.
Okay, so if it was only 6, they were 5-1. But before that, of course, they had 4 losses. 1, 2, 3. No, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses the year before that in 2019. Looks like 7 in 2018. So if they're looking to make moves and they just weren't happy with what he's done over the past couple of seasons, I most definitely get it. But I'm also hearing that Matt Leinart was the one that was spearheading this firing. So, hey, when alumni starts talking that you need to get out of there,
he wasn't the only one.
Bro.
He wasn't the only one. Him and Keyshawn Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson
had a lot to say.
It's time for you to get out of there, bro. Yeah. It's time for you to get out of there. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you won't be doing it in LA.
You have to go home, but you got to get the hell up on out of here.
You gotta get the hell out of here. You won't be doing it here, bro.
Well, that's a question, because a lot of people were pontificating from Paul Feinbaum to like the radio show, the morning show that Keyshawn Justice on with Jason Williams, and now
Jay Will,
which is a good show. They were like, okay, so who's the next coach? And like Keyshawn, I don't know, but whoever they do bring in, or people they bring in, you have to win the press conference, because you're USC.
Yeah.
You are a blue blood. You are a brand.
Yeah.
In the Pac-12. You have no damn business being mediocre with all that talent in your backyard in Southern California to recruit people. Because put it this way, Keyshawn brought this up earlier today. You had CJ Stroud, the other day, CJ Stroud, a Southern Californian, he's balling Ohio State.
Ohio State, yeah.
Bryce Young, another Southern Californian, is balling Alabama. DJ, is it CJ or is it DJ Ukulele? That kid that plays at Clemson, the quarterback, the big brother.
I think it's DJ. DJ
U. He's a Southern California guy. He plays at Clemson. So you have 3 guys in your backyard. You lost all 3 of them.
Not just the fact that you lost them, and not just the fact that you lost them outside of your conference or time zone. You lost them Bamas east of the Mississippi.
Yes.
Yeah.
That should not happen. Should never, ever happen if you're USC. Right in your backyard.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then there should be a time where those guys, of course, would stay home.
Yes.
And play at the crib.
Yes.
Now they so of course they're going to have to get a name to come in there and be their new head coach. The only name I've seen bounce around so far, you've probably seen more than me, has been Eric Bieniemy. The question is though, because the article that I read about Bieniemy was that he doesn't want that job to distract him from what he's doing currently with Kansas City.
Sure, of course.
And I get that, right? The question is though, does he think that USC is going to be better than a potentially bad team in the NFL as the new head man there? And that the answer to that probably would be if you can recruit well.
Right.
If you're able to keep that West Coast talent, that California talent there and play for you, then that job might be that much easier for you, right?
He's the LA guy with NFL connections. That's what they need.
Yeah. And if that pans out for him, most definitely I say take that job. Even though I would love to see him take an NFL job, and upset that he didn't get any of the jobs that were open over the past couple of seasons.
Sure.
But my God, we looking in the near future. My thought is the only spots that will probably open up will be bad teams again anyway. Right. So what you doing? And a new job probably won't open up in the near future. And can you think of a guy that's on the hot seat right now in the NFL? Because a lot of those spots have already been filled, unless someone's looking to get rid of a guy that's already that's only been there less than 3 years. And oddly enough, one of those guys, this of course is rumor, right? Urban Meyer. They're already talking.
Yeah, because they happened with Nick Saban with Miami way back in the day.
Yeah,
that's how he left Miami to get to Alabama.
Exactly.
And what's his name? Meyer wasn't so convincing when someone brought up at a news conference.
And not just Urban Meyer, because what's your boy's name that left Atlanta to go to Arkansas and stunk it up? They ended up having the
Bobby Petrino?
Petrino, yeah.
Really? Someone brought his ass up?
No. I'm just saying that you talking about guys.
Oh, you're reminiscent. Reminiscent.
Yeah,
I got you.
I'm sorry. That ended up leaving the NFL job.
Okay,
that
about
ended
to
up
say.
going someplace else too. Oh God, no. Not that what he did in Arkansas. God, no.
Well, Joe Klatt
he was doing it in Atlanta either, but yeah.
Yeah, Joe Klatt brought up today about his list of guys who, first of all, what they need to do is to bring in the guys to make them say no. Guys. To make them say no to SC guys. And one was Urban Meyer. Another one was Dabo Swinney from Clemson. Another one was, it wouldn't be Nick Saban. He's just too old. He's like, why would I go out to California at this stage of my life when I could keep winning, racking chips in Alabama? Brian Kelly from Notre Dame was another one. I forgot the other two. So I mentioned what? Brian Day from Ohio State and Lincoln Riley from Oklahoma. Those are the ones that's your first 5, set of 5 or whatever, to make them say no to you, wish list. Start there. And then he has a bunch of wild cards in his second list.
Okay, I gotta hit his wild card list.
Yeah, his wild card list. One of them was Eric Bieniemy, was one of them.
Okay.
Because he figured if you don't get these wild guys, at least get someone with NFL connections and who's also charismatic, who can bring in recruits and hire a great staff around you, right? Around him. I forget the other ones. But another name that stuck out to me, and we could almost could segue us to the next segment.
I had a feeling.
Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders. He had that on his list too. Joe Klatt did.
Of course, right? But they're already clamoring for this dude already. Go ahead.
But I would say this, man. Whoever they bring in, they have to remember that they're SC. You're USC. You're the fucking Trojans. You should not be as great as Oregon is, as great as much as deep in pockets as Phil Knight has with Nike, who's an alum of the school, and whose Beaverton headquarters is not that far from Eugene. I would like to get there one day, by the way. See that headquarters for myself. Get some.
I heard that outfit was ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get the kicks and everything. But anyway, in the swag. Keyshawn said this, and I tend to agree. And I think Matt Leinart has alluded to this. Reggie Bush has alluded to this. They should not, SC should not be bowing to Oregon. They should not be coming second place to Oregon. Again, I do not care how deep Phil Knight's pockets are, and they're very deep. But they should not be ahead of SC. No way, no how. Not with the branding, not with the tradition, not with the recruiting band. They're Southern California. They should be competing for chips every single year. And the Pac-12, their media rights are up in a couple of years. So imagine in 2024, 2025, but imagine if SC were any good.
Oh,
they could command top dollar.
Command top dollar.
Them in Oregon. And UCLA's playing better.
LA.
UCLA's playing better too. So imagine those two squads with Oregon. Yo, they could command mulas.
Yes, sir. Yes,
but they're not there because SC, just like Miami and the ACC and Florida State, if those Brandons were great, like Clemson is, and you could say Virginia Tech as well, if they were great, the ACC's pockets would be a lot deeper.
Yeah.
Right now, those are your football brands. You need them to be good. So Anyway, whoever the hell they bring in, SC brings in, they have to remember the SC. They can't bring in people from Boise, no disrespect. They can't bring anyone from the MAC. They got to bring in top coaching talent.
Mm-hmm.
Again, make them say no to you.
Yeah. Now I find
SC.
it. Yeah, and I find it interesting that Deion Sanders is on that list. I get it. I understand why.
Mm-hmm.
But as a coach, what have you done?
Only 5 games last in the spring, right? 5 or 6, I forgot. And
a total of 8. He's coached a total of 8 games.
Yeah.
In a calendar year.
Right.
And he is legit 5-3.
Right.
Right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And of those 5 wins, I would say, okay, 2 of those are kind of surprises. And I'm saying kind of because Grambling was a surprise during the spring.
Mm-hmm.
But if you've been watching Grambling, they're kind of on the downfall. And Florida A&M, even though I picked them and a lot of other people picked them too to win that game, they hadn't played in over 600 days.
Right.
So you get those 2 advantages. And then, of course, you get Tennessee State, who they beat last week in the Southern Heritage Classic, head coached by Eddie George, who's a new head coach, who's looking to turn around a bad program himself. 5-3.
Yeah.
So you're floundering program in Grambling. A program looking to return in Tennessee State.
Corey hadn't played in 2 years.
And hadn't played in 2 years. FAMU.
Yeah.
Edward Waters, who is just coming up to Division II this fall.
Mm-hmm.
And God, I forget who that 5th win was against. But that's
Mississippi Valley State, I think. Was it
Mississippi Valley State? Who was, my God, been stinking up the SWAC over the. I mean, I understand they got history with Willie Settle like Totten and Jerry Rice, and Deacon Jones, but they're on the verge, or I think they already are 0-2 for. God, they've been going 0-2 in consecutive seasons going back to 2009, if memory serves me correctly. Maybe even further back than that. So those are who their 5 wins are against. Mind you, he is a personality. He can recruit. We've seen that, especially with what he's done so far.
Number 55 ranked recruiting class in the country. Not just FCS, but in the country.
At Jackson State.
Yeah.
At FCS Jackson State.
Right.
So he has the ability to garner attention at a program, potentially revive one. And he's looking like he could. Well, the coaching staff is looking good so far right now, right? But this is the second time that they've gone 2-0 in consecutive seasons, being the spring and in the fall. The thing is, he has no coaching pedigree, no coaching success on a collegiate level. So are you hoping that your brand resurrects itself on a guy who we haven't seen do it on this level just yet? It's not to say that he can't. The question is, will he be able to? And I find that to be very interesting, even though ever since the spring, people have already been talking about Prime getting another job someplace else already. So even though he wasn't able to get the job at Florida State in Arkansas, they're already looking for this dude to upgrade already. So I just find that to be very interesting.
And we've been talking about already, so might as well get to the